we can get into the effective job application tips. Many students think online application and the career fair are probably the only two ways to apply for a job. And they also use the same strategy for either career fair or online application. But there is also an internal referral, and that's super important. According to research, most successful hirings come from employee referral, and that accounts for actually 44% of all hirings. And then additionally, it is also the fastest way to hire for a role with 29 days in average. And that is 16 days less than the average time of hiring a role, 45 days. So that is also the reason why most companies have internal referral incentive program like Amazon. We have an internal referral program where a company rewards employees with a monetary incentive for successful referral. So we'll talk about this later and how to do an internal referral and the strategy. But I do want to mention that not only online application and job fair are the only two ways, the most effective way are internal referral, and that relates to the networking part later that I'm gonna talk about. All right, let's first talk about the online application strategies. So first, apply for a job with intention. A lot of students, when they apply for a job online, they use the same resume and submit application to jobs that look like quote, in their related field without diving deep. It just looks maybe the job posting, the title, there are some keywords that look like related to their major, so they just submit the resume that they used in all other postings. So the issue with that is without knowing what exactly the job requirement is, what the hiring manager is looking for, it is hard for them to tailor their resume based on the job description. The result is, even though hundreds of applications were submitted, the response rate is very low. I think this is just a common experience for a lot of students. So we really have to make sure we apply a job with intention instead of just look at the general information. What students should do for online application is to, number one, carefully read the job description, and number two, find those hidden requirements. And then, most importantly, customize your resume based on that. So the job description, resume, and the cover letter even should match closely. And then I will talk about how to find those hidden requirements later. And hopefully that will help you to better understand how to read a JD and demystify the requirement asks from hiring manager or recruiter. And then also be careful with your online profile. Recruiters can easily find you online nowadays. So take advantage of LinkedIn. A lot of students, they don't even have LinkedIn. Build LinkedIn. That's the first online profile you need to work on. If you have a professional website, leverage that. Also, very important, in these network days, people can easily find your personal information too. So if you do not want to have too much exposure of your personal life, for example, in your Instagram or Facebook, do not put them as public, okay? So in theory, for those professional social media like LinkedIn, professional website, work on that. For those you don't want to, those information you don't want to share, hide them, okay? And then broaden the place you can apply for a job. In addition to LinkedIn, Indeed, and those Monster and those common job searching website, do not forget about school's internal resources. As I mentioned, I found my first internship there in my school. And then there's a reason why employers want to post openings in your school. And the chances that the response rate should be higher since the school, because employer want to post a job there, which means that school is in their target school list. So really leverage in your school resources and those job postings on your school's website. And then the last one, very important highlight here, is build a job application tracking system. So what this means, let's talk about it. So the job application tracking system should be a resource and then also a job application project tracker for you. Chances that throughout your school year, you will apply for hundreds of jobs, honestly. So including those internships and full-time jobs, you after a couple months or a year, you're probably gonna get confused by yourself or what is the jobs you have applied for without tracking them. So I would suggest you build this tracking system to record all the jobs that you have applied for, and that will provide you a full visibility into what you have applied and the detailed status and next steps. And you can easily refer back to say, hey, those jobs that I applied in, for example, finance industry have the highest response rate, right? Or the job that I have internal referral has the highest response rate. So that information can provide you a lot of insights later when you refer back and want to improve the overall process for future. Okay, now, as I previously mentioned, I want to share with you how to read job description and demystify those hidden asks. All right, this is the job description. It's posting from Amazon. Those yellow highlights are things that when I, for example, as a candidate, I want to apply for this job, those yellow highlight things that I would focus on. We can start from the description part, and I'm gonna read through it. As we strive to be the Earth's most customer-centric company, Amazon has reinvented how hundreds of millions of people shop online. Okay, so the first highlights the Earth's most customer-centric company. That's the general culture of Amazon. That tells you, okay, if you want to work in Amazon, you need to be customer obsessed. And that could be one of the topics that people interview around. And then the next paragraph, sellers trusting Amazon is our top priority. And in this role, again, you can say that sellers trust, right? That emphasize Amazon is a customer-focused company. We want to earn trust from our clients and also the sellers. We'll be tasked with building that trust over time. Yeah, again, trust, by diving deep into how we measure our progress and helping to identify and prioritize key area of focus. Okay, diving deep is another keyword. For example, one of the interview question can be, can you tell me an example of you dive deep into a specific problem and how you solved it, right? Or help to identify and prioritize key area of focus. How do you do prioritization when you manage your work or you manage your academic school life, right? And then Amazon's growth requires leaders who move fast. Another one, keywords. Have an entrepreneurial spirit to create new solution. Problem solver. Are you a problem solver? Can you move fast? Have an unrelenting tendency to get things done, right? Solve problem, get things done, deliver. And are capable of breaking down and solving complex problems. Again, solve problems that echo the previous keyword. The successful candidate will be self-starter, a lot of good keywords. Self-starter, comfortable with ambiguity and be able to create and maintain efficient automated process. Oh my God, there are a lot of keywords. When I read this, I'm gonna be like, okay, I really know how I tailor my resume. I can also predict what are those interview questions that they're gonna ask. Are you a self-starter? Can you show me an example? How do you deal with ambiguity? How do you invent and simplify an automated process, right? Those could be questions. They know and love working with business intelligence tools, can model multi-dimensional data set, and they can partner effectively with business leader to answer key business questions. This sentence includes the hard skill that this job asks for. And soft skill, communicate with the leaders. They're analytical and creative and don't quit. Analytical, creative, a lot of keywords. This is a role with high visibility to senior leadership. Okay, so one of the interview question maybe could be, what's your experience interact with senior leaders, right? And then with high opportunity for impact for those willing to roll up with their sleeves and deep dive. dive deep to achieve a result. Again, this echo to the first part, right? Dive deep, get things done, deliver result. And then based on qualification, you can read more, right? Translate basic business problem into analysis requirement. Oops, let me hide this. Use analytical and statistical rigor to solve complex questions again and drive business decision, which is also deliver result. Develop queries and visualization, that is hard skill keywords. The reporting, write a query, output efficiently, that is hard skill, right? Again, query syntax, query optimization, convert data to make it analysis ready. Those are all hard skills. And you need to have an example, prepare example that can answer those questions around hard skills. Reorganize and adopt best practices, and monitor and troubleshoot. And then again, ETL job and a SQL query, that's hard skill too. And then they have this job description also provide preferred qualification. Those are good to have, but not must to have. However, I want to say that for a company that is super competitive to getting, do not ignore those preferred qualifications. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so this is the one of the example how I would really try to understand the job description. As you can see, what is the hiring manager, the recruiter are asking for? Really there. It's there. It's just a matter of can you find them or not? Can you find them and tailor your resume, prepare your answers around those asks?